What's going on, guys? It's Megan. I'm going to run you through my personal case study about how I got my dream body, everything I did to get there, and the method that I now implement with every single person that I work with to get them theirs. I'm going to run you through it with me so that I can tell you almost like in depth every single thing that I felt in this entire process and like how I navigated it personally so that you can apply it to your life and that you can like navigate all the ins and outs as if you were me. So first, we're going to establish the goal. I remember this goal was sparked when I was just super insecure. I lacked confidence. I was not a good partner in relationships, and I was also just not a good person, not a good friend. Overall, just very insecure. And I preach this all the time, but insecurity kills. Insecurity will trickle into all the aspects of your life and absolutely ruin it if you do not do things to build your confidence. So let's talk about how do you build your confidence? How do you build your self esteem? One, you do hard things, you help other people, and you do hard things, you help other people, and you keep your word to yourself. If you say I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym, and you wake up and at 9 a.m. and you do not go to the gym, you're losing confidence like by the day. You need to keep your word to others as well as to yourself. And that is what stacks confidence. Also ignore this. I was doing my cardio on the boxing bag thing at the gym to get my heart rate going, and I did not realize that it was rubbing my knuckles raw, but I did not get in a fight, trust me. So ignore that. So yeah, I basically wanted to be the best version of myself, look good without even trying, and translate these principles into my career, my relationships, my overall quality of life. Right? Okay, so in discovering this and what I did for myself and for my clients is the sailboat method. SAIL, that's the acronym. First, you set your habits. Second, you accelerate fat loss. Third, increase muscularity. And phase four is longevity. So it spells out sail, and it's basically how you get your dream body and how you keep it. So we're going to start off by applying that sail to my situation so that you can kind of see like, okay, like this is my situation. This is how I'm going to apply it because this is what Megan did for herself. Okay. So basically, this is where it started right here. This is like 2017 here. Skinny, lacked muscle. Like I have absolutely no muscle mass if you look at the picture right here. Literally like just skinny, right? Gained some weight, still not muscular. Had been weight training seriously, but mainly like or had not been weight training seriously, sorry, but like mainly performance based training for sports. No nutritional or macronutrient guidance. I can guarantee you right here, I was excess in carbs. Fats is up in the air. Probably had like 3 grams of protein a day. Okay, maybe like 20 grams of protein a day, but definitely not enough protein. So I was training, but more so for performance, not necessarily like, physique based. After that, I continued gaining due to poor lifestyle choices, unhealthy coping mechanisms, lack of knowledge, discipline, and character. Priorities were not straight. Worst breakup of my life. Okay, so I was continuously getting in these bad situations, and my overall life almost felt like it was poisoned because I was like, I lacked character, discipline, and I was insecure. You know what I mean? And those things will kill. And if you do not sit there and pour all the energy you have into yourself to fix those things, you will continuously get yourself in those situations that negatively affect you and keep you stuck. So this is a part of the journey. Like this is where we're learning the habits that keep us stuck, where we don't want to be, stuff like that. So let's keep moving forward here. I was only getting heavier and thicker. The bad habits still continued, but I made the effort to hit the gym 30 minutes a day. Absolutely no plan, but I still showed up. Okay, so I said to myself, I'm going to show up to the gym every single day for 30 minutes. Is that a big commitment? I don't really think so, but this was the stepping stone that got me ultimately to where I am today. Because I set that habit in place and I showed up for myself. I built confidence on that small little habit and showed myself that I could do it. Okay, so I started setting the habits as well as deconstructing the bad habits like the drinking, the smoking, the negative coping mechanisms like seeking validation in girls, partying, all that stuff. Deconstructing those. It's not does not happen overnight, but I was working on deconstructing them. I knew it was not helping me. So after that, I focused on nutrition, was following structured training. So from going 30 minutes a day with absolutely no plan to implementing progressive overload, keeping track of the weights that I pushed, the exercises, all that stuff, making sure that I was improving every single day. And then I started focusing on nutrition. When you focus on nutrition, everything changes. Nutrition should always be at the forefront of every single thing in your life. Food is fuel. Food can heal. Food can change things. It is something that so many people overlook. They try to overtrain. They try to do this. They try to do all these things, but look at their nutrition. So once I learned nutrition, I saw noticeable changes. I was able to have visible abs. I was muscular. I was happy. Like I felt light. I felt lean. I felt like an athlete. But I did not have it figured out just yet, though. When you are in a deficit, that will eventually become your maintenance. So up here we have our set habits phase where I went to the gym 30 minutes a day, promised myself that I'm setting the good habits, deconstructing the bad ones. Now we get into the accelerated fat loss. Essentially, I put myself in a deficit where I focused on protein and calories, which if I were to go back, I would recommend to not do that. Focus on all three macronutrients because carbohydrates and fats regulate your energy, your mood, all that stuff. You cannot just leave those to the wind. And oftentimes, when you focus on calories and protein only, you neglect fats because naturally they're more calorically dense. They're about 9 calories per gram of fat. So naturally, you want to cut those out because you want to get the most protein in the least amount of calories. That's what I did. That's what I'm sure a lot of people do, and that will affect their mood, energy levels, hormones, all that stuff. It's why it's important that you pay attention to all three macronutrient groups, not just protein and calories. So I'm getting lean, like I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm losing weight, but I did not have it figured out. Okay, I did not realize that I can't be in this deficit forever, and it's just going to work. Like I'm in a deficit once, and I'm going to be good. That's just how I'm going to be for the rest of my life. I'm always going to have this body. No, not how that works. I trained in the deficit for a while. Like I said, too long, way too long. This affected my mental health as well. I'm like, I'm in a deficit. I'm literally starving. Like, why am I not continuing to lose weight? Why am I not getting peeled to the bone? Why am I not shredded? Stopped seeing progress, started gaining because eventually it becomes my maintenance, and I just gave up. I was like, whatever. Like, well, okay. So I had no idea what to do. I thought I had it all figured out. I was like, okay, I have abs now. I'm lean. Like, this is it. I got it. This is the answer. No, that is like literally step one. So here would be the increased muscularity phase had I done it right. Had I done it right the first time and did like, okay, accelerated fat loss, I lost all that fat so that I could become the athlete. I could train in the most efficient way possible because it's very hard to train when you have excess body fat. So when I lost that fat, you want to accelerate that fat loss so that you can become lean, muscular, like lighter, so that you can train and push yourself efficiently and have appropriate endurance to be able to train to failure, right? So here would be the increased muscularity phase, essentially leaning out, where I would have gone in the deficit and adjust the macronutrients further to shed more fat. Because once you're in deficit for a while, you're going to have to get lower to get that shredded look. And I wanted to get that. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. So here in this phase is where I would have gone like, okay, let me readjust my macros to become in a deficit yet again, and then really see that lean, like all that muscle. In this process, I learned how to properly utilize nutrition to build muscle to get the look I was going for. I was hyper fixated on being skinny and thinking that the physique I wanted was achieved by always being in deficit. No. The goal in this entire SAIL method, all this stuff should be to build muscle because the more muscle mass you have, the more you can look good while eating more. So once I understood this, it was game over. I spent the next several years practicing this process, testing what works, learning more about nutrition and training. Okay. Unfortunately, I did not document this until 2023. I did not start posting on Instagram or social media or anything seriously about fitness until it's about a year ago. Okay. So it's been 1 year. So here are the photos from later at the end of that process. This right here is me on a good day. I think I was like partying, eating whatever I wanted, whatever. But because I had built the muscle mass and spent years training, like it's easy to maintain this as long as I hit my protein goals, I hit my macros, and I keep track of what I'm doing, both in the gym and with nutrition. Like it was not hard for me to maintain this. It was actually like I was not in restriction or anything at all, and I was very happy with the way that I looked here. As you can see by my face, I was like ecstatic. But yeah, I was still partying here, so still working on deconstructing those negative coping mechanisms and stuff like that. But you know, it's also good to like live your life and stuff. I'm not saying you have to cut it out in general, but still had some negative mechanisms here. After that, I decided that was like I was on bodybuilding prep or like my bulk or whatever. So here I'm like in the midst of prep, the deep dark depths, and this is where I got I competed in my first show, my first show with the Natural Fit Federation, like a natural tested show. I ended up winning that. Now it was like a very small show, nothing crazy, but I did win first in my class and first overall. It was only me and another competitor, so nothing crazy. But making it to stage for me was the big deal. And I mean, I did end up winning, even if I can't control who shows up to the stage. You know what I mean? But I did up winning and end up winning, and I was very very happy. Super proud of myself. Like I'm telling you, this whole process boosted my confidence, made me less insecure, and that is translated into every other aspect of my life. Okay. Literally every other aspect. Like the person that I've become along this journey is far more valuable to me than the physique I achieved. And that is what I want to instill in every single person. Like this is more than just I want to look good, I want to look hot. It starts like that, but then you become a different person. You become a better person and you become worthy of all the things that you want. So after we did the accelerated fat loss phase and then the increased muscularity phase where I got really lean, we get to the longevity phase where we learn how to keep it. So now we spent the last couple of phases losing fat but building muscle concurrently, right? So now we've built this muscle, we have it. Now to maintain it, we make sure that we keep nutrition at the forefront. In all these phases, nutrition has to be at the forefront. Okay, but now you have this physique, this dream body that you want. Now it's time to fuel it. So no more restriction, no more like losing fat, losing fat, losing fat. Now it's like fueling the muscles. Protein, carbs, fats, use all of those to energize yourself and fuel yourself to continue to build on that muscle. And if you follow a clean, like a clean bulk. Don't go crazy. Like it doesn't even need to be that much of a surplus because it does get to a point where if you go in too much of a surplus, it becomes adverse to your goals. Okay. So what you want to do is begin to start fueling, reversing out of that intense cut that you had, that intense, leaning out phase. And then when you reverse out of it in a healthy, clean way, like follow the 80-20 rule. Don't go crazy with cheat meals because you've been in deficit for so long, but still allow yourself to live life. You are able to maintain that toned, muscular look while not being in such restriction. That is the four-step phase about how you. This is the four-step sale phase. So you can build your dream body starting from losing weight, getting lean so you can see that muscularity, and then fueling the muscles that you built so that you can keep that toned body without having to kill yourself in the gym all the time. It's exactly what you do step by step. You lose the fat, you build the muscle, and then you refuel and refeed that muscle, and you continue to add on to it every single day, not only so that you look good, but so that you show up for yourself and you prove to yourself every day that you're worth it, and it builds your confidence, and that will translate into your career, your relationships, and your relationship with yourself. Okay? That is everything that you guys need to do to implement into your life, and I guarantee you will see changes not only physically but also mentally and in all aspects of your life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate you on my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I love you guys so much. If you have any questions or anything, you know where to find me. Please reach out. Please DM me. I would love to help every single one of you guys. I'm so passionate about this because I used to be you. I used to be exactly where you guys are. And if you need to hear this, I'm proud of you. I'm rooting for you, and I'm here for you.